with Patrick Saunders. Patrick, go ahead.
Hey, buddy. I'm sure you're very happy to see Trevor go yard twice in one game, but specifically the second homer, he took the opposite way. A lot of times for hitters, that's a really good sign with their back control and their approach, et cetera. Do you agree with that? And do you see Trevor kind of getting back to being Trevor?
I think so. I hope so. I think, Trev's just obviously, Patrick, he's been just a little bit off this year, as we know. But games like today, can get a guy going. We've said that a couple different times with Trev. But that homer to right was smoked. The homer to left, that was clicked pretty good too. Off the bat, I didn't quite know, but it had carry. It was high. But the at bat, the home run to right, I thought he fouled off some good pitches that were pitcher's pitches at the top of zone. There were some pitches away in the corner he fought and fouled off, so that was a good at bat. So that's a good sign. I think I said this the other day. I think we're going to see the best of Trev here in the next couple months. I really do.
And one more for me, buddy. Antonio, did he run out of gas a little bit, do you think?
Probably a combination. I thought that, and then I sort of reconstructed the inning, and there were some balls that dropped in, right? The pinch hitter Romine, got jammed and sort of nubbed it between Trevor and Mac. Ortega, the next hitter, got jammed again and dumped it in front of Sam. The big at bat was, Contreras when he got that slider, and he's a good hitter. He drove the ball to right center off the wall. That was, maybe not quite the best slider that Sensa threw all night. It was a little bit up and a little flat. I don't know if he threw that because he was tired or just didn't execute the pitch. And then Hap, sort of inside out, and it looked like a decent pitch the other way. And that ball wasn't hit hard either. So one thing I did notice though, Patrick, the ball started climbing up a little bit, in the fourth and fifth inning. But at times Sensa pitches at the top of the zone, inside to both lefties and righties. So I assume he got a little tired. It was warm. He'd been off for a couple weeks. He was coming back off the virus, so it was understandable if he was. But I still thought he was making pitches.
Overall, pretty pleased with his return to the starting rotation.
For sure, yeah. It's been a couple weeks, but we're into August, so he's had a lot of innings under his belt and a lot of pitches. But overall, I thought he threw the ball fine. There's a nice stretch in there where I think he struck out 6 guys in a row with all those pitches. I thought good use of the changeup today. The slower curveball came into play. So, we've talked a lot about our rotation and the 4-pitch mix for almost all these guys. If you think about it, I think we got to get Herman there a little bit more with the changeup. We got to get John a little bit more there with the curve and the change. But since it did it today, Kyle's doing it. Gomber does it. So, I'm proud of our pitchers' pitchability with their repertoire and also their stuff. So it's reflective on how they've thrown the ball this year overall.
Thank you.
Thomas Harding.
Yes, buddy. Wanted to go back to first Trevor's home runs. What was the kind of feeling in the dugout here where I know these guys respect Trevor a lot? I mean, did you sense, hey, they're happy to see this guy back as far as—
Sure. Well, Trevor's a Rocky, and he's been a good Rocky, obviously, since the day he signed. And the guys are, he's got a lot of respect. He and Chuck are the guys on this team that, guys look to. I think Chacin is now a guy that the pitchers lean on a little bit more based on his experience, and Kyle and Herman. But, Trev has always been well-liked and well-respected, on our team, and he will continue to be. But I think when anybody goes deep, there's a great feeling because they all like each other. But, when one of your big boys goes deep, that's, the guys like that because they know what he means to this team.
I want to ask you about your scene. Like he's a really good weapon for you. He can pitch short. He can pitch a little bit longer. I mean, is there anything he does that surprises you, or do you feel like now you can put him anywhere?
Well, today was huge. What he did, he pitched last night. So coming on back-to-back days, and I asked him to go a couple innings. There I double switched, hoping that he was going to be able to finish the sixth and go the seventh. Came in with a guy on first base in a one-run lead. Behind guy 3-0, and then came back to get him. But he's shown a knack to make pitches. At the most critical junctures, he's made a pitch or he's got an out, which is a knack of a quality pitcher. Is it going to happen all the time? No. But so far, when we've inserted him into these types, and that's been what we've been doing lately, he's responded. So again, it tells you a lot about the guy. It tells you about his poise on the mound, his pitchability, his ability to manipulate the ball, creates great spin with his breaking ball. He has fastball movement and command. He's just a heady, veteran, dependable pitcher.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, we'll finish up with Dwayne. Dwayne, go ahead.
Hey, buddy. Connor Joe had a couple of hits for you today, including that opposite field home run in the second inning. Could you talk a little bit about his development as a hitter?
He's doing very well, Dwayne. Again, we saw it in spring training. We saw a guy that has a good approach. He controls the strike zone. He got banged up a little bit there at the end of spring training where, he was fighting to make the team. It didn't happen. Went to AAA, put up some numbers. We brought him. He got off to a nice start here. His first handful of games was a contributor. Then, I wouldn't say slump, but, sort of went the other way performance-wise. Sent him back to AAA, put numbers on the board in AAA. Was one of their better offensive players in Albuquerque. We brought him back, and he's played very well. The bat speed is major league quality. He uses the whole field. He'll take his walks. I like that the power's showing up, right? Because there's been a minor league home run in his past, and now that power starting to show up in the big leagues, which is a good thing. Anytime a guy goes to the plate and has the ability to hit a homer, the opposition knows it. The other pitcher knows it. He's got to be a little careful. So, he's done a really nice job. We played him in left field in that San Diego series, first base today. We've used him off the bench. He's done a nice job for himself to prove to us that, he's a guy that is proving that he should be a major league player.
Looks like he's making really good contact. He had the 2 hits, and then one of his outs was a line out to short. So it looks like he's really, on the ball right now.
Yeah, he's in a good spot for sure. He's playing with a lot of confidence. He's playing with a lot of joy. And usually when you're playing with that type of, feeling, good things happen.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Everyone, we're going to have Sam Hilliard for you